that the court has to address 5 of our 6 assignments of error. We think that the trial court made clearly erroneous evidentiary rulings, but the court can consider the evidence that was proffered regardless of those rulings. Turning first to the law's restrictions on large capacity magazines, it's our position that those restrictions are facially constitutional for 2 separate reasons. First, modern day large capacity magazines are not arms protected under Article I, Section 27. This court's decision in Oregon State Shooting Association controls on that legal determination. Separately, even if they were protected under Article I, Section 27, the restrictions are reasonable. As I mentioned before, to constitute an arm protected by the Constitution, a weapon had to be of the sort that was commonly used for self-defense in 1859. Modern day large capacity magazines were not. They're not weapons in and of themselves, and there was nothing like them.
They're components of weapons, though, are they not?
Excuse me, Your Honor?
They're components of weapons, though, right? Aren't we kind of?
Certainly, a magazine is a component of a weapon, but large capacity magazines in and of themselves are not necessarily a component of a weapon. You can have a capacity compliant magazine to feed ammunition into a firearm. And so there's nothing about a large capacity magazine that is necessary for any firearm to function. In fact, it's any firearm that accepts a large capacity magazine, virtually every single one will accept a capacity compliant magazine. Which is partly why the restrictions are reasonable, because they don't unduly frustrate the right to armed self-defense, because you just need only have a capacity compliant magazine to continue using your firearm. And I've cut into my rebuttal time, so unless there are any additional questions at the moment, I'm happy to save.
There were weapons that existed back in 1859 that were capable of shooting more than one bolt, and you'd have to click the bolt every time, right? I mean, this isn't something that's brand new. The technology certainly is better today, but weapons used in the Civil War, for example, were capable of shooting from 2 different barrels, even different bullets, more than, one at a time, right?
That's correct, Your Honor. And so I think that's where it's an important distinction between a capacity compliant magazine of 10 or fewer rounds and a large capacity magazine, which is more than 10. And that's because in the 1850s, the capacity of a firearm was limited by its dimensionality.